Hello and welcome. If it is your first time here, hello again. If you are returning, welcome back. Today I am here doing part 2 of my type of recounting, of Darth Maul, son of Dathomir. So in part 1, we ended with Maul being defeated on Zanbar and him being rescued by Cass. Maul and his fleet are fleeing, pun intended. And while on the ship, he keeps calling for Mother Talzin, imploring her to come through and help a boy out, He needs it. And finally, she shows up saying, "Do not fight me, my child. Become my vessel." And literally comes out of him. And I don't know what that means. Is she somewhere else, like maybe in the mirror, and is using the power she used on him to appear to him? Or is this like a Horcrux situation and a part of her is inside of him and the part that we saw in Jar Jar's arc is actually dead? And I wonder if she dies here, she'll be gone for real, forever. I don't think she's gonna make it through this arc. Mother Talzin immediately calls out the fact that Sidious allowed him to break out. Tells him to go to Ord Mantell. I think that's how you pronounce it. Apparently, the Black Sun have a stronghold there. She then tells Maul exactly what Palpatine's plan is. She knows him, and she knows what he's trying to do. She says, "Gather your strength and prepare yourself. Our next move is critical," then vanishes, while telling him that she will send him some help from Dathomir. I am glad that Maul finally has someone to come up with the plans and that they're working closely together because he needs a thinker. I still don't think this is gonna go well. This is not gonna end well for them, but at least he has a thinker in the meantime. Once they get to the stronghold, Maul says to his people, "A battle is coming, my brothers. A battle between the Sith and that which they fear the most, us." I don't think that is true, And I also wonder if the Reds and the Shadow Collective knows about Mother Talzin and how they feel about that. Especially the Mandalorians. Are they weirded out about her powers and whatnot? Would they? And would they abandon him if they find out? The Black Sun leader is worried about fighting Count Dooku and all of those bots. And Maul is like, these clone wars have vastly overextended Dooku and General Grievous. They are more vulnerable than they realize. Meanwhile, Dooku and Grievous finds out where Maul is and they prepare for their attack. Dooku says, "We cannot strike until we have confirmation that Talzin is there with him." And Grievous is like, "Why are y'all so worried about this random woman? She is nothing compared to us. We have armies, powers. Who is she?" And Dooku responds with, "Talzin is an older and fouler creature than you guess," which is a crazy thing to say, Crazy to say when you work for freaking Palpatine, sir. You yourself wish you could get rid of him right now. Dooku tells Grievous about Talzin and Palp being allies once upon a time, and if they don't stop her, she will ruin their plans for Palpatine to be foul and cruel to all of the galaxy. But that's okay, apparently. Ugh. He also tells Grievous to start the battle with bombardment from orbit and to leave Talzin to him. And I roll my eyes all the way to the back of my head, Maul on the planet is also preparing for the battle. He wants to lure Grievous's troops into choke points and use their own numbers against them. The plan is to have the Reds, Pikes, and Black Sun take on the ground troops. Maul was saying, what we lack in numbers will make up in superior ability and mastery of the terrain. But he was interrupted. A ship is coming towards the planet. But it's okay because the ship is from Dathomir and is the Night Brothers. They're here to help a boy out, They let Maul know that Mother Talzin sent them. And I feel so bad for these people too. I kind of feel like they're kind of like the Twi'lekis, They remind me of them a little bit. It seemed like they have no control whatsoever of their own lives and they're just in mess of other people's doing all of the time, and it's sad and tragic. Maybe one day too. They'll also have a planet to themselves and have a nice, wonderful life. Finally, Grievous and Dooku arrive to Ord Mantell? Mantell? It's fine. And immediately started firing, destroying everything and anything, okay? Grievous then deploys his infantry when he sees that he has destroyed enough. Maul tells Saxon, prepare for their ground assault. Hold them at bay until we are in position. The Reds do their chanting and the ground attack begins. Dooku lands on the planet somewhere else with the IG-100 guard bots. He tells them, find Maul and the witch Talzin. No other targets matter. Level the city until they are found. And I know that he has done things like this before. He has killed people before. I have seen it before, and I shouldn't be surprised or disappointed, but I am, okay? I am disappointed every single time because I expect so much more from Dooku, and he lets me down. It's a tragedy. And also, Dooku and Grievous started the bombardment on the planet in the first place because the Night Brothers landed and they thought that was Mother Talzin, but it wasn't. Dickwads. Grievous, on the other hand, is wondering why Maul isn't attacking with his warships. He has them and they're okay. Why isn't he trying to protect the city with aerial support? That's weird. At that very moment, Grievous's command ship was attacked and Grievous is like screaming, they were luring us into a trap. And he is right. There was no aerial support because Maul had a plan. He's gonna use his ship to do something else. Maul tells everyone to focus on the command ship, so his entire fleet is firing on the command ship, while the command ship's guns and weapons are focused on the city. Meanwhile, Dooku is stopped by the Night Brothers. The Night Brother leader says to Dooku, welcome, Count. Mother Talzin sends her regard. We have come to deal with you in her place. They should have stopped at she sent her regards because that was a banger, okay? That was fantastic. And I was like, ooh. Dooku snobbishly responds, you will find that task beyond your abilities. I like the fact that everyone is talking cash crazy. It's not going to go well for the Night Brothers. I don't think it will, but I do like them talking their okay, we cut to the ground warfare and they are doing terribly. The Black Sun leader is like, this isn't a counterattack, it's a slaughter. And the Pike leader agrees, but the Red do not. I believe that is Saxon. He says to them, rein it in, soldier. We do not question the strategy. We ensure its success, which is terrible, okay? You should question the strategy. You're the one who's gonna die. We cut to Dooku and the Night Brothers going at it. He's using everything in his arsenal. We got lightsaber, force powers, electrical shock. I say that every time because I always forget what it's called actually. But he's doing everything to keep him at bay and take him down, okay? And all of these fights are all happening at the same time. The ground force fighting, Dooku having his own little fight, freaking Grievous and Maul in space or orbit. All of this is happening at the same time. We get back to orbit. Maul has apparently boarded Grievous's ship, okay? He says, one warning, disconnect the droid command signal or die. And he pushes a bunch of bots away with his force powers. Then he tackles Grievous, pushing him into the computers and whatnot, and says, or do both. It matters not to me, while holding the dark saber to his head, okay? I am kind of sad that we didn't get to see this animated. It would have been so cool to see this. I feel like this could have been like the second battle of Geonosis. It has a lot of action in it, and it could have been at the same intensity. And we still have Palpatine coming through. So this could have been one of the best arcs, but that's neither here nor there. I do have a question about the command signal stuff. I thought that the command signal was removed from the droids after Phantom Menace. Or is this different? We cut back to the ground forces. The ground forces were defeated Those that were still alive got captured. They are on their knees and the bots are ready to get rid of them. The Reds, Saxon, is like, it's been an honor serving with you. They're ready to die. But of course... Grievous is not a sacrificing type, okay? He will always live, and the bots are off. And the Shadow Collective and the Reds start dismantling them. The Night Brothers and Dooku, on the other hand, are still fighting, okay? They did not hear about the bots turning off. They're still going at it. The Night Brother leader says, "You are formidable, Count. This will be a victory well earned," while jumping at him. But Dooku catches him with the Force, okay? And throws him on the ground saying, "Know this, I will destroy you, then Maul, and finally Talzin. Your people will be but a memory," and then goes in for the final blow to take old boy's head off. But the collective shows up and stops Dooku just in the nick of time. Brother Viscus, whatever, keeps his head today. Also, I think the Pike leader is dead because in the battle, a droid fell on him, and then the Black Sun leader was firing on him. I'm pretty sure he's dead. Later, Maul fills Talzin in on what happened. They're happy, they're gloating. She says to him, "You have done well, my son. Soon, Sidious will follow." I don't know about that. I'll hold off on that, okay? You might be dead, ma'am. Maul responds, "And together we will have our revenge." That's where we end off part 2. This was really, really fun. I really wish that we could have seen the battles because it looks pretty cool in the book. Maybe one day they will like do a version of it. When it comes to the command signal that Maul was talking about, which worked, I wonder if the change that they did is that it's not in one place that a random kid can just go take it down and win the war, but each captain or commander has its own command signal for its troop, and only they can turn it off. And that's why Maul asked him to do so instead of like destroying the command ship and destroying the signal, because that would have gotten rid of Grievous too if that's what he wanted to do. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I hope you have a good one, and you'll see me later. Bye.